Hello and welcome back to the Health with Kylie and Kylie podcast. Today we are going to discuss all things gym anxiety and how to sort of help overcome that, especially for beginners in the gym. But first, Kylie Ham, how are you this week? Haven't spoken to you all week. What's new?
No, it has been a bit strange. We have not chatted. I've been busy this week. I managed to get myself another job, so that is keeping me very busy. So yeah, working for a local gym. So it's been fantastic so far. Yeah, but very busy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. It kind of, evolved a little bit. Wasn't very expected, but yeah, I'm very happy to be there. And yeah, it's been fantastic so far, meeting a lot of fantastic people. Training wise,
awesome.
I am in my peak week, so trying to push a little bit harder in the gym, trying to fuel my body to be able to do that. And yeah, how about you, Kylie Jade? What have you been up to?
I had a busy long weekend. I got up early Friday morning and dropped my daughter off at the pickup. She flew out to Tasmania to play football over the weekend, and then myself and my husband flew over on the Saturday to meet her to watch her game on Saturday.
Wow.
Sunday we spent wandering around Port Arthur, the historic site, exploring there. Not really my thing, but when in Rome. And then Monday we watched another game of hers, and then flew home Monday night. So it's been quite a busy weekend. Week-wise, it's the same old with me, training, resting when I can, same as you, working that second job at the gym as well as the office job. And I just started a new phase last week, so it was sort of like a semi-deload week. This week I'm pushing a little harder in the gym. But that's about it for me.
Wow, that is amazing. Congratulations to your daughter. That's a fantastic achievement. And have you been to Yeah, that's awesome. You should be super proud. Have you been to Tasmania before?
No. And it was definitely a bit of a Griswold experience, let's just say that much. Not much went right.
Okay. Are you keen to go back or no?
I would definitely make it more of a planned holiday and maybe more Launceston. Hobart didn't really do much for me, but I didn't get to see too much either, so I can't rule out all of Hobart. Sorry, anyone that lives in Hobart.
We love you, listeners who live in Hobart. No. Yeah, I've been to Tassie a few times and always really enjoyed it. The food is good, although you're from Melbourne, so food's pretty good in Melbourne too. And the mountains and everything, I think the national parks and things like that, beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I think Hobart itself, like the actual main, or where we were situated, sort of reminds me a bit of, I'm not sure if you've been to Melbourne, Ballarat though, like the old sort of more country sort of city vibe, I guess. Yeah. So it's cool, but yeah, I didn't get to see much of it either.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Good that you were able to go and support your daughter. And does she play? What form of football does she play? Sorry.
Oh, so Australian rules, AFL, yeah.
AFL, yeah.
She's in the under-16s. She went over to represent sort of like our local league, like it's the Mornington Peninsula Football League. She went over to represent them and play. They played the first day. They played the Tasmanian stateside, which was quite an eye-opener, like way out of their league. And then the second day they played the Tasmanian sort of local side, and we were way out of their league. So it sort of balanced out over the weekend.
Nice. They could come away with a win. That's awesome. Yeah. She must be super fit, I'm guessing, playing AFL. Like there's a lot of
Um,
running, isn't
yeah,
there?
yeah, it's obviously junior still, but yeah, I wouldn't say
Hmm.
that she's overly fit, but she is obviously sports orientated. She still sits on her bed and watches YouTube most of the weekend. But when it comes to her basketball and football training, she's there. She takes it serious. She shows up every week, and does what she's supposed to do.
Yeah, nice. She plays basketball as well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, let's get into it. So,
Yeah.
as Kylie Jade said, yeah, we are going to talk about gym anxiety today. So let's just start off with a quick, I guess, a bit of a definition or an explanation on what it is. Um, so, also might be known as a gym phobia or a phobia going to the gym. It's when we feel nervous or self conscious, we're apprehensive when we're entering the gym or going to the gym or a fitness center. It can affect people of all fitness levels. So we're not just talking about
Yeah.
beginners here or people who haven't been to a gym before. So, it definitely can affect people who have been going to the gym for a long period of time, or people who may have gone to the gym in the past and they've stepped away for a little bit for whatever reason, and then they've come back to it. So, um, Kylie, do
Absolutely.
you want to expand on that at all, or talk about maybe some common reasons why people get gym anxiety?
Yeah, so I guess from personal experience, I still suffer some days of gym anxiety, and I've been going to like your normal commercial gyms for over probably about 4 years, and prior to that, it was group fitness classes, and I still get gym anxiety some days. And I think for me now, it's more when like for example, the last 3 days I haven't been there, and then going back on Tuesday, I was sort of like, oh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think it's just more for me, like I haven't been for a few days, so it just flares up.
Yeah.
But for, I guess, other people, it could be, um, yeah, feeling self conscious, not feeling good about themselves that day, I guess. Like I have days too where I wake up and I'm like, I feel like shit. And then the gym
Mhm.
anxiety kicks in, I guess. Do you often experience it still or not really anymore?
No, look, to be honest, I haven't really experienced it, and I guess like this is a good follow on from last week's episode. We had Brandy Cole on, who was
Yeah.
talking about mental health, and I think her explanation, I guess, of what mental health is, and if we're going to talk specifically about anxiety, like it's like we all feel nervous, we can all feel anxious about things, um, but if it's something that's stopping us from um, doing
Mm.
what we want to do, or like if it's stopping you from going inside the gym. And look, I know of people who join the gym and then um, they the first day, they'll drive up and they'll drive past. They won't stop. Then the second day, they might go to the car park and sit in the car park for a couple minutes and be too anxious and drive off. And then the next day, they might make it to the front door, but then decide they can't go
Mm.
in and then they'll drive off. So I guess and it's okay to feel, and I guess we want to feel, it's okay to feel nervous and it's okay to feel a little bit worried about what other people are going to think and things like that. I guess it's that fear of judgment, that perhaps we're going to be judged by others because of our appearance, our fitness level, or maybe our exercise technique, things like that. And everything that's all perfectly okay.
Mm.
From my point of view, I don't get, and look, I don't go to a big commercial gym. So my gym is a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, I guess. It has everything I need to train, but it's not a big space, a huge space, with several levels and hundreds of people. So for me, it's a safe space, and I feel safe there. Obviously, now I feel very safe because I work there as well. But they have two locations. So there's the smaller location and then the bigger location as well. And I work across both. And I've trained at both, but I prefer to train at the smaller gym. It's a bit closer to where I live, but I feel more comfortable there. So I think it's important to find somewhere where you feel comfortable, I guess. What do you think
Yeah,
about that,
absolutely.
Kylie?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that obviously does help with the gym anxiety or gym nervousness. I guess there's obviously different levels of anxiety. The one that you spoke about briefly, where people just can't physically get out of their car and go in, and then there's the more milder case where it sort of like makes you that nervous, worried sort of feelings, which are probably is more common than the physically can't get out of your
Yeah.
car anxiety. But I know a lot of people do suffer from that too, not to downplay that at all. But I guess the more nervousness, worry is probably the most popular, or not popular, common form of gym anxiety. And as you said, like feeling comfortable and maybe a more smaller, intimate place might help someone who is suffering from that nervousness. There's a couple of other things that I would, I don't know, suggest in helping. It depends on why you suffer that anxiety, I guess, in the first place. Like for someone that's a bit body conscious and worried about their image and stuff like that, maybe go out and buy yourself some new activewear so you're feeling good about yourself. Find something that you feel comfortable to wear so you're not feeling that self-conscious about what you look like before you even head in there, I guess, is one tip.
Yeah.
When it comes to your performance, obviously there's lots of tips there too, Kylie. You yourself would know, we're both in the gym space as trainers, getting yourself a trainer so you are performing the exercise techniques correctly, or you know what you're doing when you go in there, is the first couple of tips that I would suggest.
Yeah, they're fantastic tips, absolutely. And Kylie, can you just move your phone off the bench because I can keep hear it vibrating? Is that all right?
Of course.
Sorry, everyone. It's just like if it's vibrating in my ear, I think it might be vibrating when the
in
recording
others.
comes out.
Let's just turn that off.
Yeah, so, and I think in terms of the comparison to others, like it's very easy to kind of sit here and say, oh, just don't worry about what other people think. But I feel like the gym is one of those environments where like I feel that it's really heightened about like what people are thinking. Like everyone's thinking, or everyone's looking at each other, or everyone's like, having a look or checking you out or whatever. Like I feel like, but I think in reality, most people aren't. Would you agree with that, Kylie?
I 100% agree. I know myself. I am 110% focused on myself. I might look around to see if a machine that I want to use next is available or taken, but I'm not looking around judging anyone's clothing, their technique, what they're doing, how they're doing it. Like it's just not. And I think majority of people in the gym are there 100% focused on themselves. They're not there to judge and criticize everyone else.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And I was talking to someone about this today, the exact thing, that I feel like I go into a bit of a zone when I go into the gym. So, and I'm like, whether I don't really listen to music, only if I really want to pump myself up, I will listen to music, but I listen to podcasts and, I might watch a little bit of TV on the treadmill or something like that. Just, but I can honestly say that I am oblivious, and whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, we can talk about that as well. But as to like what's going on around me most of the time, so like I'm very much focused on what I need to do, what I'm there for, and also like I think we talked about it in our habits podcast where I think we use the time to think about, what we need to do today. We need to plan and,
Yeah.
how I need to follow up on something at work or follow up on something with family and how am I going to fit my walk in today and, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're
Like
not,
with,
mm,
yeah, without feeling like saying it's a vanity thing. I think people are there
mm,
for themselves. They're self-absorbed and they're focused on their
yeah,
workout and their own thoughts and whatever else is going on in their world. Like, yeah, there's not many people I know go there to people watch, so to speak.
no. And maybe this can just lead on into the conversation of that the type of gym, like gyms have become very, people are very like in that, in themselves self-absorbed. So
Mm.
it's like everyone's wearing headphones or
Yeah.
AirPods. No one is talking to each other, and I'm not sure that's a good thing. But in terms of like if you're looking for a gym with a bit more of a community, then perhaps
Mm.
perhaps join some classes. Classes are way more social.
Yeah.
People are interacting with each other, and that might be something that you're looking for. Or I think a really good tip is, like, if you can find a gym buddy,
Yeah.
someone to work out with. Yeah, you can talk to them. You can rotate your sets and things, and if you want that, if you're really looking for that social side, and that can really help with the anxiety side as well, because you're going in
Yeah.
with someone else. Yeah, it can help with adherence as well. You got to meet at the gym, so you got to turn up, you got to show up and do your workout with your partner. So
Yeah.
yeah, that could be an idea. Is
Yeah,
that
it
your
definitely
dog's
helps with the gym
barking?
anxiety. Oh, it's next door. They're horrible.
Oh, that,
um,
I'm like,
but yeah, it
anyway,
definitely
you're
does help with
talking.
the gym anxiety side of it. Like, I know, like, you can sort of distract yourself from your own thoughts, I guess, and have a chat to your friend instead of going, oh, are they looking at me? Is she looking at me?
Mm,
Like, you've got that
yeah,
conversation happening and a bit of a laugh or whatever. Yeah, it takes sort of that, I guess, your own focus off everyone looking at you, I suppose.
yeah,
Yeah, that's another
yeah.
thing. It leads into I can't believe you don't train without music. That's just a side note. Because music is a good distraction for me. Like, you just tune into your music and off you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I listen to podcasts a lot, like when I'm training.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the music in the gym is super loud. So even like when
Yeah.
I have my headphones up, like I can still kind of hear it in the background with the podcast. So it's kind of enough, kind of
That's
yeah,
enough. Yeah.
stimulation for me. Yeah. um, yeah. So I think you talked about um, body image. And look, body image is definitely heightened in the gym. Like, people are wearing active wear. A lot of people
Yeah.
are wearing very tight clothing. A lot of people are wearing not very much clothing. So
And the lights are
it is
horrendous. The
hot.
lighting is probably the worst apart from change rooms.
Yeah, agreed. So, but like, I think, like, wear what you bloody well want. Like, if you want to
Mm,
wear tracksuits and a t-shirt, like, wear trackies and a t-shirt. Like, if you want to wear
absolutely.
shorts and a t-shirt, as long as you can work out in what you're wearing, like,
Mm,
wear whatever the hell you want to wear. Like,
yeah. Whatever you feel comfortable
nobody
in, whatever's
cares.
going to help you walk through
Yeah.
that door.
Yeah, wear your pajamas if you want to. Like, I don't care. No one
Yeah.
cares. So it's like, just yeah. Wear what's comfortable for you. So wear a hat, wear glasses. Like,
Yeah.
you can wear whatever you need to wear, as long, and the only thing you do need to wear, obviously, is proper footwear. Because
Mm,
that's a WHS concern. So you can't,
yeah.
unfortunately, you can't wear your Crocs or your Birkenstocks
No.
or anything like that. No. So, or your slippers, yeah, boots. All right.
Would be good.
Good. Yeah, that's good. What about what about feeling out of place, Kylie? Do you want to?
Yeah. I
talk about that a
guess
little bit?
all newbies feel out of place. I know I did. Walked in there and you went, what the hell does that machine do? How do I set that up properly? All of that sort of stuff. And if you haven't spent much time, say, in like a group setting in the gym, even your dumbbell and barbell lifts, you don't really know what the hell to do. So I
Yeah.
guess getting familiar with the gym, the equipment there, and how to use it definitely helps you not feel out of place because you sort of have half an idea of what to do with it all.
Yeah, yeah. And look, and yeah, this is where you want to get, we can't highly recommend enough just getting a personal trainer, like
Yeah.
using the free session that the gym might have, but even like just having a couple more sessions, it'll be really, really worth it. You'll get a program that's tailored to you. And so you'll know what exercise you need to do. The trainer will show you how to use the equipment safely and properly so you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You'll probably get videos of the exercises, and it'll just create that confidence for you, and you'll be able to safely do the exercises, which is the most important thing as well.
Because a lot of the machines have those pictures on what muscles the machine's going to use, but it doesn't actually tell you how to set it up if you're 5 foot or if you're 6'5". Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
setup for your body height and everything like that is completely different person to person. So those pictures are bullshit. So I would highly suggest that you get a coach, use the couple of sessions as you said, and just get them to show you how to set it up for yourself and how to safely
Mm-hmm.
perform the exercises on the machines. And clean it as well. Side note.
Yes, please. Yes, use a towel and wipe it down. So, talking to all the men out there and the sweaty teenage boys.
Ugh.
So I think it's important to create a positive mindset about going to the gym and before you head to the gym. So you
Yeah.
don't want to see the gym as like, it's not like, oh my fucking God, I have to go to the bloody gym. Like, I hate the gym. Like, it's like, you don't want to be in that mindset before you get there. So try to switch your mindset a little bit and be like, I'm going to do something for myself. I'm doing it for my health. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on my own. I can, away from the kids, away from partner, whatever. Like, I can listen to some music and it's going to be good. I'm going to feel better afterwards. Like, that's
Yeah.
guaranteed anyway, generally. So yeah, it's really important, I think, to have that positive mindset before you head to the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And my coach always preaches to us, and I say pass it on to my girls as well. Like it is the shift of mindset. Like you don't have to work out, you get to. Like there's people that wish that they
Yeah.
could and they can't. So yeah, you get to work out, you get to move your body, you get to do all of that. You don't have to. And if
Yeah.
you're driving to the gym, psych yourself up. Tell yourself that you're going to have a wicked session. And
Yeah.
you will. It's as simple as that. If you're going there, as you said, dreading it and thinking, oh, this is shit, you're going to have a shit session. So psych yourself up on the way. Pump yourself up with the music on the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to some good tunes on the way and get into it. So yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. And I think it's important to again, with that comparing yourself to others, like focus on your progression. Like, and say, okay, like, I've been 3 times this week. That's fucking awesome. Or like I did an extra set this week on a particular exercise, or I increased the weight by 5 to 10%, and like I'm killing it. Like focus on what you're achieving, and what you can achieve. And I think that'll help you in terms of comparing yourself to others, because I think the thing about comparing yourself to others is like you're looking at the girl across the gym who's ripped, who's got like the perfect body, the one you want. I guarantee that she's been working out for like over 10 years and religiously been there every day. Yeah. And, and her diet is spot on and everything is spot on. So, don't, focus on what you can achieve and what you can do. And
we all know that saying, don't compare your day 1 to someone else's day 100 or whatever the saying is. Like, focus on you, focus on how far you've come, whether that be between now and last week or now and last year, however long it's been. Just remember that you're doing better than what you were doing yesterday. And as you say, focus on your progression. Like, you can lift more, you can do more sets, you can do less, like unassisted pull-ups with less weight, or whatever it might be, assisted pull-ups, with less weight helping you and stuff like that. Like, focus on your own progression. Don't worry about everyone else around you.
Yeah. And I guess from that too, like, it's important to have realistic goals. So you don't want to go in there with a goal to like, oh, I'm going to deadlift 200 kilograms. Like, that's, it's not. So make sure that you have like set real, small, realistic, smart goals that we talk about. And so you can achieve them, and then you can feel good about yourself, and you can set another goal. So it's really important to do that, to stay focused, to stay motivated, and help to reduce that anxiety.
Absolutely. Right. And if you have a focus and a goal, obviously it gives you something, as you said, something to focus on, so you're not focusing on everyone else and everything else that might be bad. And it's not always going to be bad. Like, once you go and you prove to yourself that all of your worries and fears didn't even happen, that's another mindset thing, I suppose, proving to yourself that your thoughts and stuff aren't true, and no one's actually looking at you. No one's judging you. You're judging yourself probably more than anyone else.
Yeah. And look, the gym, obviously it opens itself up to that. Like, there's mirrors everywhere, like, so it's like, but focus on yourself and you'll be okay. I guess trying different gyms is important. I mean, I don't know, how many gyms have you tried over the time, Kylie, or are you a one gym gal?
Yeah, I've got... I haven't tried too many. I've obviously got memberships at 2. I haven't been to one for over 12 months, but I still hold the membership there. And a few years ago, I went off with a group of friends to another gym, sort of local, and just went there, like the 4 of us for the day. But apart from that, I haven't really tried many others. Because I go so early, I don't have time to drive too much further away and get back, and so I'm just more of a 1 or 2 gym sort of girl. I probably should get out and about more, see what other gyms have got.
I like to, like, if I'm traveling for work at all, like, obviously if the hotel has a gym, like, check that out. Obviously they're generally not as good, but like a lot of times I'm not obviously a city gal, but like if you're going to Sydney or Brisbane, like, it's fun to kind of go to a gym and give it a try, and see what's out there. But I've tried a few different gyms in my time, most definitely, and definitely a few in the town where I live. So I think it's important, like, from smaller studios to bigger, more commercial gyms, I guess, to like your franchises like Anytime Fitness and things like that. But so I think, if you don't feel comfortable, like, try another gym. There's always more than one gym, unless you live in a very, very small town. There's always a lot of gyms around. So try some different options and see, where your comfort level's at and what your preferences are. The staff at the gyms are generally really welcoming, and they'll give you a tour around. You can kind of get a feel for the place. So just give a few a try if you're not happy where you are.
I think a lot offer like a 7-day sort of free trial anyway. So you sort of get the feel of it by the end of the 7 days, whether you want to continue there before you have to lock in as well. So if you've got multiple choices, definitely give them all a go.
Yeah, perfect. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about?
Another tip, I suppose, when you first walk into the gym and it's busy, maybe just jump on the treadmill for 5-10 minutes, listen to music, and then sort of like look out the corner of your eye and suss out if the machines and areas that you need are available, go jump on them. If not, maybe it gives you time to rejig your workout and figure out, maybe you do it back to front or a different exercise first, or swap out, like, obviously it's everyone else's leg day. Maybe I'm going to do my upper body instead. It sort of gives you that bit of time to gather your thoughts, calm down, and focus on what you're going to do.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great tip. Like, also, like, obviously it's very important to warm up as well. So
Mm.
make sure, but I always do that, even if it's subconsciously.
Yeah.
I'll jump on the treadmill and then I will look at my workout for the day and I'll be like, okay, like, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Like, obviously, your workout should be structured in a way that is optimal, but you don't have
Yeah.
to do it in that order. Like, you
No.
can do it in any order you want to do it in. And a lot of times I know I have to change what I'm doing because if the machines are busy or the machine I need is not free, you have to adapt and change. And
Yeah.
sometimes you even have to substitute out an exercise if it's super busy. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so don't be stressed about that. Don't think like, oh, I didn't do all the exercises in my workout like it's a failure. It's not a failure.
Mm.
Going there, getting your exercise done is a massive win. So yeah,
Absolutely.
don't beat yourself up about anything like that.
And yeah, if
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
a great
skip
tip.
an exercise and come back to it later, or as you said, substitute it, go right ahead. I just swapped my whole day the other day. I walked in there and I'm like, that's taken. I'm just like, I'm going to give up on that leg day. Let's go to a different leg day. Because I was just not even going to fight everyone for it.
And I don't know, like the whole loitering around a machine to try and like get next. Like, I don't know, like, I'm like, I know sometimes like I've jumped back on the treadmill because I've got one exercise to go,
Yeah.
and that machine is popular. So, and then like as soon as I get off, I'm like off the treadmill. I'm like to the machine. I'm
there.
like, it's my turn next. I'm there.
Almost throwing your towel across the gym to get dibs on it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, and I guess like any people that are listening, if the gym etiquette is like, if it's busy, like, don't spend a lot of time on a machine or a treadmill or cardio equipment, like, and don't use more than like 2 pieces of equipment at a time, especially when it's super busy. Like, be respectful and I know we're saying don't worry about people around you, but obviously like you have to have a little bit of awareness of what's going on, and just if someone's waiting to use a machine, you can always always offer. If it's super busy, you could say that you want to set together, so it's, and
you can offer the person that's sort of waiting to jump in while you rest, and or don't scroll on your phone for 3 minutes in between your sets. Just take your minute or two and move on.
Yes. Set a timer. Use the rest timer. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. Well, I didn't really have anything else that I think
I
with
can't
that
think
one.
of any other
Did you
tips.
have anything?
I think we've covered a lot of my tips anyway, and things that might cause the anxiety. There's obviously other reasons that are quite personalised to people, but as a general rule, I think we've covered most of the general fears there.
Yeah, you can obviously, if you're at that point where you're very anxious about it, try some mindfulness and breathing techniques before you go in, making sure, shifting your focus a little bit, switch it up.
And even on that, like maybe just go and walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes for a whole week if it helps you. 7 days in a row. Go for 10 minutes on the treadmill and just beat that little inner mind demon, I guess.
Yeah, just that gradual exposure to the environment. Like, even if you just go in, walk around a few times, that's okay. Or sit down, do some stretching. Like, just be there for a short amount of time, and you can gradually build on that. And don't hesitate to ask the staff at any times if you have any questions, or you're not sure how to use a piece of equipment, or you're just not sure about anything. Just if the staff are there, if it's in staffed hours, make sure that you do ask the staff any questions. So, because that's what they're there for. Yeah, and they're always happy to help. So, yeah. and you'll find it a more positive and rewarding experience, I think, for yourself. So, and that's what we want. It's what we want you to have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool.
And a
All
cheeky little
right.
plug: if you need a plan, reach out and get a coach.
Yeah.
Then you go in with a plan and you know what you're doing.
You don't. Yeah. You don't just need a face-to-face coach. You can have an online coach. So,
I just thought I'd sneak that in there.
Yeah, nice one. Like it a lot. All right. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. We really appreciate it. Please leave us a 5-star review, some positive comments, and
Share.
we will see you. Yeah, share, like, all of the above. And we will chat to you next week. Thank you, Kylie Jade, as always.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.